Hi guys, I'm Josh, and today we're going to be talking about how to switch your Atlas trainer to your hunting pack. Here at Outdoorsmans, the majority of our packs, as well as the Atlas trainer, are all going to be based around our black pack frame. The idea with this is that you can purchase one Outdoorsmans frame. In the off season, you can use it as an Atlas trainer and get ready for hunting season. When tags start coming out, you're going out into the field, you can easily remove your Atlas trainer attachment and throw on a hunting pack. Today, as an example, we're going to be showing you with the Palisade 90. However, if you have an optics hunter or a long range pack from us, the process is going to be very, very similar. All right, so we're going to start with the Atlas trainer, and before we begin, I always just like to make sure that you have your tools in hand. We're going to need a 5/32 Allen, a 5/16 Allen, or as we like to call it, the Big Atlas. And I like to have a kind of smaller size flathead screwdriver. It can kind of save your fingers for a little bit of the push through buckles. So to get started, we're going to remove your clamp off your Atlas trainer. And personally, I like to start with removing the post and get that out of the way. So I'm going to lay this flat down, and underneath your harness, it can help a little bit with just slightly loosening your belt and harness on here. It's just going to give you a little bit more room to play with. So we're going to start with doing that, make our lives a little easier. All right. So with that loosened up a little bit, on the back of the frame, you can expose the bolt holding the post in. That's where you're going to use your 5/16 Allen. Crack that loose, and this one should back out pretty easily. With the bolt removed, you're going to pull the post out of the front, and then out of the back, you are going to remove the bung. Look it up, it's a real word. Once your post is removed, I'm going to flip the Atlas trainer over, and we are going to remove the two vertical straps holding on the shoulder harness. These have push-through buckles that go through the Atlas trainer attachment plate, and we need to remove those push-through buckles. So, with both of these straps disconnected, once again, we're going to flip this back over, and from the back side of the Atlas trainer, you will see the push-through buckle going through the plate. You are going to turn that buckle and push it straight through. It is a pretty tight fit. You can usually you can get it through the majority of the way just with your thumb. We're going to push these guys out. And once you have those through as far as you can get them, you should be able to pull them straight out. However, if they're stuck in there a little bit, this is where the flathead screwdriver can come in handy, kind of give you a little extra leverage to get in there and pry them out. With these two removed, flip it back over again, and we're going to start removing the 5/32 bolts that are holding on the plate. All right, with all 4 bolts and nuts removed, these plates will come right off of the frame. And at this point, we are left with a bare pack frame system, and we are ready to mount the Palisade, Optics Hunter, or long range to the frame system. Like I said, we're going to use a Palisade 90 as an example today. With the Atlas trainer attachment removed, make sure you keep all the hardware, like I said, in a plastic bag, keep it all together in a safe place. With the exception of the 2 push-through buckles that we removed, we are going to need to keep these handy to put the Palisade back on the frame. So to start, I'm just going to start with these. It's easy. We're going to push these back through, which is going to be a little bit easier without that Atlas attachment plate. That push through. All right, with those pushed through, we are going to loosely reattach these vertical straps. I say loosely because we're still going to want to keep the harness and belt a little bit loose to make installation of the pack a little bit easier so you have some more playroom there. The easiest way that I've found to install the Outdoorsmans pack on the pack frame system is to start with laying your pack flat on its face. With your pack laying down, I like to get my lashing straps out of the way and make sure that all the push-through buckles are exposed. On the Palisade 90 here that we're using as an example, we have 14 push-through buckles. That's going to be 5 on each side of the pack, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. So to start, we'll have the pack laying face down and we're going to drop the frame right onto the back of the pack. The easiest way that I've found to install these is to start with the push-through buckles at the top of the pack. Then I'm going to ignore the sides and I'm going to go straight to the bottom. At the bottom, we're going to have these 2 black straps, and these are going to go in the middle, kind of the center bottom of the frame. We're going to feed this through the 2nd and 4th notch on the bottom center of the frame, just above our meat shelf. You're going to feed that through, pull it back into the buckle, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Through the 2nd, down the 4th, and back into the buckle. Perfect. With these installed, then pick a side on your pack, and you're going to start pushing through your buckles on these sides here. We have 2 slots on the frame, one closer to the outside and one closer to the inside. When installing your pack, I do recommend pushing through your buckles on the inside notch. We typically utilize the outside notch for your frame, and the reason for all those notches there is depending on your different body types, you can adjust the attachment points for your belt and harness. That way you can kind of custom fit your frame to your exact body size. Once you've got all your push-through buckles taken care of, go through and double check all the straps that were loosened while we were installing the pack, just to make sure you had a little bit of wiggle room. Once all those straps are tightened back up, you have now turned your Atlas trainer into your hunting pack, and you're ready to get out into the field. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any additional questions, please call us at 800-291-8065, and good luck out there. Oh, we're switching packs. Probably just pull out the mic.